Friends, a blurb from the past. This I think I posted on Facebook about 5 years ago, back when I used to work for A&P. In fact, this takes place in the old A&P in Mount Olive. I hope you like it. I'm going to do my best to read it to you. It's called Cheese Puffs for Everyone, and I wrote it, for Dan. Okay, here you go. The other day at the A&P, I was walking to the dairy case when, one of the managers asked me if I liked cheese puffs. I said that I did. I just love to, I just have to be careful, though. As much as I love them, I have to be careful not to eat the ones with MSG in them. But other than that, I love the things. So the manager said how he's thinking about having a sale. With that, he told me to turn around and look over towards the front of the store between aisles 6 and 7. Friends, right where he said to look, there was this giant mountain of 1-gallon jars that spanned the space between two aisles. It easily measured 10 foot by 10 foot and rose to a staggering height of at least 7 or 8 feet. 7 or 8 feet. I'm just quoting from memory, but it was big. The display might have really been bigger than I thought, than I've told you. Each jar in the pile was filled to the brim with those big round cheese puffs. I think there was a sale sign on each side of the pile, 99 cents a jar. This may have been the biggest display of cheese puffs known to man. I felt fortunate to have seen it before the crowds came and and ripped it to shreds. I felt like maybe we should have covered it, like with a cloth, and did like Dinah Shore used to do with the new model Chevy, right? Remember on her show, back in the day, back in the 50s. It was always a very spectacular way to introduce a product, and this might have helped the cheese puff sales. I don't know. I came to find out from the boss that all these cheese puffs came in as a result of a computer glitch. He thought he was ordering 50 jars of cheese puffs. In reality, the computer saw it as 50 cases, and pretty big cases too, like 8 to a jar, 8 to a case. Luckily, of course, jarred cheese puffs don't go bad anytime soon. In fact, I got to thinking about them as I spent most of the day slugging it out in the dairy aisle with cheese puffs on my mind. First off, cheese puffs last forever. Oh yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of cheese puffs being found on the shelf past the expiration date. It just doesn't happen. To begin with, they sell very fast. I also think that they have a shelf life that, like I said, that's measured in decades rather than days. Haven't archaeologists actually found sealed clay jars of cheese puffs in the ancient pyramids at Giza? I think they have, and they were still crunchy and mighty darn good, too. Just the thing to eat when you're busy translating hieroglyphics. The funny thing is that cheese puffs have probably not changed one iota from when the ancients first started cooking them. Cheese puffs are a joy to eat. Many folks eat them as a reward for a job well done. Some knock down a bag for lunch to sustain their energy for the afternoon chores. They're always at celebrations. Heck, be it a rich person's party or a poor person's party, you always see cheese puffs on the snack table. If they aren't there sitting next to the potato chips and dip, well, you just got to wonder what the heck's up. That crunch they have is unmistakable. Like that cheese dust that gets all over our fingers when we eat them just makes our day. Licking our fingers afterwards adds hours to the fun. To tell the truth, when you first open a bag or jar of cheese puffs, don't you just love to take in a big fat whiff? Huh? Yeah, the joy they give us knows absolutely no bounds. Like all creations, cheese puffs are made of star stuff. They came from the universe. I would think that God, after all his creation work, like building heaven, the universe, angels, mankind, and the like, just before he rested on the Sabbath, he knocked out a pan or two of cheese puffs. It was probably the last thing he did before he went to bed on Saturday night. He sat back on a Sunday when he got up and, well, just chilled for the day. Maybe he watched football or a very old movie sitting there with a bowl of cheese puffs on his lap. The cheese dust got in his beard, but so what? Here on Earth, I'm sure and even on distant planets, cheese puffs are created by the megatons, I'm sure, in a continuous wave of creation. It's sort of like the Big Bang Theory, only tastier. Simple ingredients brought together. A sudden reaction occurs and a resulting tidal wave of creation explodes out of nowhere. Much like the universe expanded, cheese puffs explode into existence out of nowhere. It's like Einstein said, E equals mc squared. Energy and matter equals cheese puffs. If you want to understand God in creation and all that is holy and good, friends, consider the lowly cheese puff. It's one of the eternal building blocks of existence. Mystics and psychics tell me that when a soul arrives in heaven, each and every soul is presented with a nice jar of, well, you guessed it, cheese puffs. Cheese puffs. Yes, indeed. The A&P gave St. Peter a pretty good deal on them, but then again, we did have plenty of them. Anyway, that's a wrap, friends. I hope you liked it. My little tale of cheese puffs. Now I got to go see if I got some still up on the fridge. I think I ate them last night, darn it. Well, I'll be at the supermarket later. I'll get more. We'll see you later. Thank you, friends. God bless.